Time travel in fiction is usually treated like a power. Something flashy. Something broken. Something writers pull out when they need a reset. But speedsters don't travel through time. They damage it. Every step faster than light creates consequences. Timelines split, memories fracture, reality pushes back. And the scary part? Most speedsters don't even realize they're doing it. Barry Allen thought he was fixing a mistake. Quicksilver thought speed made him untouchable. Even characters who do it right leave scars behind. This isn't about who's the fastest. It's about why time never forgives them. Because once you outrun cause and effect, the universe always collects the debt. Most people misunderstand speedsters. They think speed is about running faster, hitting harder, dodging bullets. But that isn't what makes a speedster dangerous. Speedsters don't break the laws of physics. They step around them. When a speedster moves, the world doesn't move with them. It slows down. A single second stretches into minutes. A heartbeat becomes an open window of possibility. Speedsters don't react faster. They decide earlier. And that difference changes everything. Because when time slows for you, but not for the rest of the world, every choice happens while reality is frozen. Every mistake becomes something you had time to prevent. Every tragedy becomes a decision you failed to undo. Speed isn't movement. It's stolen time. And once someone learns they can steal time, they stop respecting consequences. They start believing nothing is permanent. That every loss can be reversed. That every mistake can be corrected. And that belief is where things begin to break. Because the moment someone outruns causality itself, time stops being a rule and becomes a weapon. Time travel alone is dangerous. But speedsters don't just travel through time. They tap into something that exists outside of it. The speed force. And this is where the problem stops being physics and starts being narrative. The speed force isn't just energy. It's permission. Permission to break limits. Permission to ignore rules. Permission to survive consequences. Because once a character draws power from a force that exists beyond time itself, every contradiction can be explained away. Why did he survive that explosion? Speed force. How did he phase through reality? Speed force. Why didn't the paradox destroy him? Speed force. It becomes less of a power source and more of a narrative escape hatch. A deus ex machina that lives inside the character. The deeper issue isn't that the speed force exists. It's that it removes boundaries. Good stories rely on constraint, on friction, on cost. But the speed force is infinite. Infinite energy, infinite speed, infinite explanation. And when your power has no ceiling, tension has no foundation. Writers constantly introduce new rules to control it. Time sickness, speed limits, emotional instability, energy burnouts. But those rules never feel permanent. Because the moment the plot needs something bigger, the speed force evolves. Again, and again, and again. Not to deepen the story, but to keep it from collapsing. And here's the real issue. The speed force isn't just power. It's abstraction. It exists outside normal physics, outside conventional time, outside consequence, which means it can justify anything. The more undefined a power source becomes, the less accountable it is. And the less accountable it is, the more dangerous it becomes to storytelling itself, because conflict depends on limits. Limits create stakes. Stakes create tension. Tension creates meaning. But the speed force removes limits. It can slow time, reverse time, enter other timelines, create new ones, escape death, outrun collapse. And every time it expands, the story shrinks. Because the audience understands something the plot tries to ignore. If the character can always run faster, nothing can truly catch them. If speedsters are this powerful, why don't they just win instantly? Because they can't. Not without breaking the story. Watch what happens in long-running speedster arcs. At some point, the character stops operating at full capacity. They hesitate. They hold back. They get emotional. They forget abilities they've already demonstrated. They fail to do things they've clearly proven they can do. And it's never because they suddenly became weaker. It's because the story needs friction. A character who can think faster than events unfold, travel through time at will, undo mistakes, outrun explosions, phase through matter, should logically end most conflicts in seconds. But if they did, there would be no narrative. So writers introduce constraints, fatigue, instability, moral doubt, time sickness, energy drain. But these aren't organic weaknesses. They're narrative breaks. And the audience feels it. You can sense when a speedster is being slowed down artificially. When they stand still instead of moving. When they talk instead of acting. When they allow events to happen that they could have prevented instantly. It's not character development. It's containment. Because when a character must ignore their own power for the plot to function, the power isn't balanced. It's broken. As if time manipulation wasn't enough, modern superhero storytelling added something even more volatile. The multiverse. A single timeline is fragile. It forces consequence. It forces weight. But once infinite timelines exist, loss becomes negotiable. If someone dies, there's another version. If a world collapses, there's another branch. If a mistake destroys everything, it can be replaced. Not reversed. Replaced. Speedsters exist at the center of this instability. They don't just travel between timelines. They create them. Every paradox becomes a fork. Every fork becomes a universe. And every universe becomes expendable. The more timelines there are, the less any single one matters. And when a story can always pivot to an alternate version, stakes dissolve. Sacrifice weakens. Endings blur. Multiverses expand possibility. But when paired with characters who can move freely between them, possibility becomes dilution. Nothing is final. Nothing is permanent. Nothing is heavy. And once weight disappears, so does meaning. Speedsters aren't broken because they're powerful. They're broken because they override structure. Stories depend on limits, on cause and effect, on actions leading somewhere you can't undo. But a character who can outrun consequence, can outrun story itself. When time is flexible, growth is optional. When loss is reversible, sacrifice weakens. When every mistake can be reset, nothing truly costs anything. That's why writers keep restraining them. Forgetting powers, artificial ceilings, emotional hesitation. Because if they operated honestly, most conflicts would end in seconds. Speedsters don't challenge villains. They challenge narrative physics. And any universe that gives someone unrestricted access to time eventually stops functioning like a universe at all.